Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse is about to get a sequel. Shortly after the release in 2018, it was already clear that the animated movie Spider-Man will get a sequel. The response 2 years ago was incredibly positive, both by fans and critics. The highlights of the hype surrounding the new Spidey was the award of the highest prize in the film industry, an Academy Award. After the release date of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2 was moved from April to October 2022 due to the pandemic, it was not clear when the production could begin. As you can read in a tweet from Nick Kondo on June 8th, the work has finally started. Now, Sony's production team will do everything possible to ensure that the incredible box office result of $376 million from 2018 will be reached again. Joaquim Dos Santos will direct the film. The script is by Zombieland 2 and Wonder Woman 1984 author Dave Callahan. How the story of Miles Morales and his colleagues Peter Parker, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Ham and many others will continue is not yet known. The US-American cinema release of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2 is the 7th of October 2022. The Alien franchise has existed for over 40 years. In the past, the film studio Fox was responsible for the film series, but since the sensational Fox takeover, the responsibility for a sequel now lies in the hands of Disney. For a long time, it was discussed whether the Alien films are in line with Disney's child and family-friendly image, and whether fans can expect new films at all. Then, about a year ago, it was finally confirmed. Director Ridley Scott is already working on the script for Alien Covenant 2. Scott recently announced his plans for the franchise in an interview with the Los Angeles Times, and some fans will certainly be pleased. The director told them that the Alien series still has a few more miles in the tank and that it is time for a new development. Above all, the question of how the creature was created and what the big loads of acts on board the spaceship is all about must now be resolved. Whoever knows the Alien movie from 1979 will know what we're talking about. An attempt to close the gap to the old Alien blockbuster was made in the last decade with the prequels Prometheus and Alien Covenant. Nevertheless, the questions surrounding the xenomorph acts as well as the exact purpose of the spaceship have remained unsolved so far. When exactly the new film will be released and if the title Alien Covenant 2 will stay as it is still not certain. It can be assumed that the development is still in a very early phase. The brand new streaming service HBO Max seems to be particularly concerned about the child-friendliness of the Looney Tunes franchise, which has been in existence since 1930. As it turns out, the series around Bugs Bunny still hasn't lost any of its charm. In the first week of HBO Max, Looney Tunes swept Big Bang Theory, The Sopranos, Game of Thrones, and many other popular series off the podium and is considered the most watched series in the first week of HBO Max existence. The new edition of the series remains largely true to the original, but in one aspect it differs from the original. Elmo the Fudd, the clumsy hunter and arch-enemy of Bugs Bunny, has probably got rid of his shotgun. The most famous trademark next to his Deerstalker cap has been removed. However, he won't be able to go completely without his guns, because in the series revival, he will be allowed to wield his sickle and scythe after all. Another opponent of Bugs Bunny, Cowboy Yosemite Sam, is in a similar situation. He also has to get along without his guns in the future and has to be content with stabbing weapons. So the message of Warner Brothers and HBO is clear. A statement against gun violence in the USA must be made. Ironically, this does not apply to explosive weapons such as TNT or similar, because according to showrunner Peter Braungart, they should not be dispensed with. Violence, yes, but please not with firearms? Somehow a strange approach. After all, the franchise lives from the comic-like overdrawn scenes in which pianos and anvils fall on characters, or Bugs Bunny once again escapes a completely unrealistic trap set by hunter Elmo the Fudd. 80 episodes of 11 minutes each are planned so far, 30 of which are already available on HBO Max. What do you think about the new features on Looney Tunes? Unconsidered actionism, or is the film studio even right with its position against violence with firearms? Feel free to write in the comments. Finally, good news for fans of Witcher Geralt. After the resumption of shootings was recently approved in Great Britain under strict conditions, the second season of The Witcher is now also not looking too bad. As the fan site Redanian Intelligence reports, the shooting of the second season is scheduled to start again in the first week of August 2020, and this is badly needed. After all, the pandemic stopped the production after only 2 weeks. According to Redanian Intelligence, a little over 4 months of shooting are still necessary to get all the scenes shot, so it's not that unlikely that the final shoot will be finished this year, provided that the strict regulations don't interfere with the work too much. If everything goes well, even the planned start of the second season in August 2021 is quite realistic. For the first season, it took about 7 months for the complete post-production, including music, editing, and special effects. Fans of the Witcher franchise can therefore look forward to a performance by Game of Thrones star Christopher Hivju as Nivellen. Geralt's fellow Witchers Lambert Cohen and his mentor Vesemir will also be part of the cast. If you can't wait until the second season, you can also look forward to to The Witcher animated film Nightmare of the Wolf. The shooting of The Batman in Great Britain will be continued in the near future. In the past few days, a rumor has been spreading about Batman #1's opponent and the future of The Batman. For one, there is a persistent rumor that Matt Reeves plans to make a trilogy out of the new story about the Dark Knight. A confirmation or denial on behalf of Warner or the director himself has unfortunately not yet been made. Additional rumors have been picked up by the news portal comicbook.com. To be more precise, Reeves is currently on the lookout for a suitable actor for the Joker. According to some media reports, however, he will not appear in The Batman, which is planned for 2021, but rather in a potential second or third part. The basis for a later appearance of the Joker is to be laid in the upcoming movie. If these rumors come true, Bruce Wayne would have to deal with a large number of villains. So far officially confirmed are Paul Dano as the Riddler, John Turturro as Carmine Falcone, and Colin Farrell as the Penguin. Even without the Joker, this is no easy task, especially since Batman will be in the early stages of his superhero existence in the upcoming movie. How Robert Pattinson, who is much reviled by fans, will perform in his role as Batman in the end, and whether the Joker can actually be expected to appear, will become clear with the release on 1st of October 2021.